Hello everyone, welcome to workout number 2, brought to you by ZOFit. So, as you're going to see in this series, the odd number workouts are the ones that are a little bit more intense, and the even number workouts are going to be the ones that are more geared towards recovery. And depending on the week, those odd and even workouts are going to be in slightly different positions, but it's always going to be the same odd and even workouts, just rearranged from week to week. That way, each week you're starting the week off feeling a little bit differently, so you're not getting used to being particularly sore at the beginning of the week. Sometimes you'll get sore at the end of the week, or you'll get sore in a different way, and that is going to affect the way that you train when you're not doing your remote training, when you're doing whatever it is, your sport-specific training. So this being workout number 2, being an even workout, you can count on some recovery here. Still, this workout is going to take about 75 minutes of your time if you move through at a good pace. Of course, you can stretch it out longer by going slow, by taking rest, but really you should attack these workouts with a focused mind. You should come into the workout ready to do the workout, and if you come into the workout and you're not fully ready to get the workout going, well, that's what general warm-up is for. So when you're doing your general warm-up, be thinking about, this is when I start my breathing here. I'm doing my swings, starting to take deeper breaths, and I'm not just getting my body warmed up, lubricated, stretched out, a little bit looser and ready to start the beginning of the workout, but I'm also getting my mind into the workout. And use the same technique when you're warming up at your sport training as well. You want to have consistency in your warm-up, not just for your body, but for your mental state as well. So you get in a position where your body subconsciously understands that it is workout time and time to get some. So finish that general warm-up up, and then you're gonna go into your 10 and 10. Now for this 10 and 10, no push-up. We did a lot of those before. So for this, what we're gonna do is a step out. You're gonna walk out to this plank with the hands right under the shoulders, and then you're gonna step out and step back. You notice I led with the right hand. Now I'm gonna step out again, leading with the left hand. Then I'm gonna walk back. And as I get more warmed up, I can start stepping out further and further. The further you step the hands out, the more difficult it's gonna be on the shoulders and on the core, right? Then get those lovely, lovely, lovely corrective squats in. Don't rush through these, people. Remember, this is a breathing exercise too. That's how I like to do it, right? After that, we're going to go into stability circuit. Now, this is going to be a slightly longer stability circuit. This stability circuit, well, stability plus, first of all, so there's a few additional moves, but this one's going to be stretched out. It's going to take 8 minutes. And the way we're going to do that, I'll just give you the time points as we go through the moves. You've got your cat and cow. Going for 1 minute there. From there, you're gonna go into 15 seconds each. So here's the fire hydrant with the shoulder, and then you've got your forward arm with the backwards leg, and then you switch, and each of these is gonna be executed for 15 seconds, including this one, dynamic table X. So we're gonna do this one dynamic, 15 seconds each of those, then hit the other side, right? Forward, backward, table X, and then from there, into the back position here, so your supine, dying bug, engage your core, float, knee up, other hand on the hip, and remember the breathing. Out 2, exhale here and start your inhale. So that's out 2, in 4, out 2, in 4. And every time you exhale, your abs should really press the spine to the ground. So you want to feel your abs engage more on that exhale, okay? I'm going to feel that every time here. And you see that leg come up a little. That's from the abs squeezing and changing the angle of the hip. Just like so. Once you finish that, 30 seconds each. Side plank, just nice and straight. This is no dips. We are going to do some dips later though. But this is just static. 30 seconds here. Switch to the other side, 30 seconds there, and then onto the back. We're gonna go 60 seconds on this as well. So the glute bridge, down, switch. Now, since we're going extra time here, usually this is only 30 seconds, and we're stretching it out to a minute. So I want you to be more deliberate, slow the pace down, but really make the movement itself very crisp and aggressive. So you see, I'm setting my position, setting the abs on, using the abs to set the spine down on the ground. Relax, sit down. So I'm not just going through quick, I'm planting, setting my posture, inhaling, driving. Switch, reset. So take your time a little bit more. Then for the plank, we're gonna stretch this out too. You got yourself a nice 90-second plank. That's right. Going a minute and a half on the plank. So have fun with that slightly extended warm-up. This here should be taking you about 20 minutes to get through that warm-up, and then we'll get started on the circuit. Okay, folks, so for the circuit today, what we have is a couple of moves. I'm gonna do one with the dowel. Actually, I'm gonna use a dowel for both. And the second move, I'm gonna also be using a med ball. I'm really just using the med ball to lay on it. I'm not doing much with it. So if you're afraid of med balls, don't worry. You're just gonna be laying on this bad boy. Then we're gonna go into a yoga flow. And the way this is gonna be is you're gonna do the dowel move with the med ball. Then you're gonna do the yoga flow one time through, and then it's an asymmetrical flow. So then you'll go back, start again from the beginning of the flow and work through on the opposite side. This entire series should take about 10 minutes. So 5 rounds is gonna add up to 50 minutes of work. So you got some nice, solid work. Don't feel bad if you're not really feeling the flow right from the beginning. Just work to relax into it, focus on your breathing. You'll get the hang of the movements as you go through. And then by the end of the 50 minutes, you should be feeling really, really good. So first thing we're gonna do is a prone Y. So we're gonna be laying face down. I'm gonna be holding this dowel here with my hands. You can see, here's my hands straight up over shoulder. I'm gonna move one hand's width outside of shoulder. This is my pull-up width, right? One hand's width outside of shoulder. That's where I'm gonna be strongest on my pull-ups, right? That's the same position I'm gonna use on this Y. So I'm not gonna go really wide. A lot of times you see these kinds of moves where the dowel comes all the way behind the back. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna raise it up, hold, and release, and we're gonna do that with the breath. I'm gonna breathe in, hold for just a fraction of a second, then back down. We're gonna go 20 reps. It's gonna look like this. There's that shoulder width, one hand's width outside, grab the dowel, and I'm gonna breathe in. There's one. And I really feel this in my mid-back. My mid-back muscles squeezing, holding my spine. These are great muscles for posture. These are great muscles for creating space in your shoulder, in your clavicle there. So go through that. That's gonna be 20 reps. Then I'm gonna pull this out and I'm gonna do kind of the opposite type of move. So before I'm actively engaging my back muscles, my chest has to release a little bit. Now I'm going to passively stretch my chest here. What I'm gonna do, let's set this up this way. I'm gonna hold this dowel, set it on your head, right? And then reach out and grab so that your forearms are vertical, right? That's gonna be my position. From here, I just raise it up so that my elbows are at or slightly above shoulder width. Then I'm gonna set myself up on the ball. Now, if I'm back on the ball further, this is actually, I might wanna start here. This is gonna be an easier stretch. All I'm doing is letting the dowel kind of pull my arms back. And it's a very, very easy stretch. Now, if I want a little bit more stretch, I just change my body angle on the ball. So I'm gonna walk this way, set my hips down a little bit, and now I have more range of motion for my shoulders to externally rotate. So I'm getting more stretch here. You can just relax the head back from this position. Should be very relaxed, and I wanna hold this just for 10 breaths. So. And I can feel when I do this, that when I inhale and my chest expands, that stretch across my chest increases just slightly. So once you finish those moves, we're gonna get into the flow now. This flow is gonna start from standing with a fold. So I'm gonna fold down right here. Inhale up into a back bend, that position you were just in. Hips forward. Big breath in, and fold back down. Couple breaths here. And you're gonna come up to a cross and come up on your toes, trying to balance here. From this position, I'm gonna bend down into a squat nice and slowly, staying on the toes. It's okay if you gotta reset your balance. I'm gonna hug my heels, or my knees here rather, and I'm gonna press my heels up and try to get tall in this position. Place the hands down on the ground, step back into a narrow lunge. My back knee is on the ground and my foot is dorsiflexed from here. I'm gonna take a same side twist, reach up. 3 to 5 breaths here. Back down on the exhale. Now PNF stretch 5 times. So now my back knee is gonna come up. Squeeze the knee to the shoulder, inhale. And then exhale, fall out. You should feel that right across the front, inside of the hip. From here, press back into a tripod. So send that leg back and up, a couple of breaths, and then step across on the exhale. Really reach the toe across the body for an IT band stretch. Now you're gonna drop the hips. It's okay to be a little twisted here. And I wanna feel like I'm taking this hip and sending it that way. And that's gonna, just a little bit of a rotation. It's gonna increase the stretch in the IT band. I also wanna feel like I'm leading and trying to press the right side of my rib cage through. Some of you might have the flexibility to get yourself perfectly flat, and if you can, good for you, but that's not my truth. From here, I'm gonna send it back up into the tripod, and then step up into pigeon. So you wanna get that foot up in front of the opposite hip, and you wanna get yourself down low. Now I'm pointing my back toe, trying to reach back, and I'm gonna get my elbows out in front. If you can get all the way down, great. Wherever you settle, pause, 5 breaths. Exhale and try to settle down in, getting the hips open, closer to the ground. Now I'm gonna arch up and I'm gonna press this hip into the ground and I'm gonna engage my abs, slightly straightening out my lower spine. That's gonna move that stretch into that hip flexor. So I'm kind of rotating my hips forwards, engaging the abs, sending the tailbone back down towards the back foot. Just 5 here also. Now you're gonna come up into a plank, but it's a 3-point plank. This leg is up, you're gonna send it back and knee drives 10. So my hip rotates towards my left leg, or my left arm I should say, and then back to flat. So I'm not going up here, right? Just back to neutral. Then I'm going to go onto my right side into a side plank, and I got 20 side plank dips. Now I'm going to transform up, so I send this hand down to the ground, press up. Now this hand is gonna stay pointed this direction. I'm gonna go back down into a side plank, but now it's with a straight arm. My bottom leg, my right leg is out in front, reach up, and I got 10 body X. Back to plank. Now, I'm gonna be using my left arm and my right leg. I got 10. Dynamic 2-point plank. And then stay on the one arm, jump up and stand. Reset the feet. Gonna inhale up, stretch back, down to the ground. Up to the toes. Whoa. And then taking that squat down, nice and slow, staying up on the balls of the feet. Hug the knees. Get yourself nice and tall. Hands go down. I'm going to step back with the opposite leg now. Right leg is back. Set the knee down. Twist up. Breathe 5 times here. Back down to the floor. Now back knee's coming up. Gonna inhale and hold and squeeze the shoulder and the knee together. Then let it fall out. 5 times. Send it back into a tripod, up, nice and tall. Drive the heel back of the right leg. Exhale, step across, hips down. Rotate that hip, press through with the ribs. 5 breaths here. From here, gonna go back up into, I'm going tripod now. Yeah, tripod up, sorry, I got lost. I'm gonna step up into that pigeon, get down nice and low. 5 breaths down here, getting lower as you exhale. Lock the hands up, press the chest up, shoulders down and back. Feel the stretch here in the flexor, engage the abs, rotate the hips. 5 breaths. As you inhale, you should feel that stretch go deep into the psoas here. That's really what I'm trying to target with that ab engagement. Now I'm going to come up into that 3-point plank. Drive the knee through 10 times. Rotate and then flat. Neutral here. Down into that side plank. Stack the feet. Got my 20 dips. Transform up. Remember, point the fingers to your right there. And then the bottom leg is in front now. Bottom leg is in front. Reach, extend, and 10 times. Elbow to knee. Extend the hips here. Extend the hips. Don't let your hips stay back. From there, going to my plank, and now it's left leg. Dynamic 2-point plank. Try to keep the hips flat. This is my weak side. Extend and get that elbow up. Whoa. And then jump in, stand. That's a round. Take a drink of water, shake it out. Take some deep breathing, and then you go back to the dowel. Start again, going through this 5 rounds. Have fun, stay relaxed.